Okay, hey everybody, I'm here with Helen Skinner, who has done our finale event doll. You can see her in the centerpiece folder. She is Caroline and she is stunning. So make sure, if you have not already, texted in your entry to be put into the Goblet of Fire to be drawn to win that doll. You need to go ahead and do that now, because right after this program, Karen and Dodie will be drawing for those centerpieces. So Helen, my first question for you is, when I saw Caroline, I couldn't help but notice that she was a number 1. And for some reason, I remember you saying you were only doing number 4s from now on. So how did you get strong-armed into doing some number 1s?
It's Billy's fault. It's all on Billy. She gave me a call and she said, Helen, I've got an idea for next year. And Diana graciously let us immediately get those number 1s for that. So this is seriously my last ones, Alice. No, seriously the very last ones.
So they're very special. So those of you listening and watching, they're very special. So these are really the last ones.
You're right. And I'm not doing a share. I'm not coming back with any more number 1s.
I mean, I don't think anybody would complain about it, but I remember I saw her and I was like, is that a number 1? Is she a number 1? I was like, that was so cool.
Yeah. Now, it was a teamwork effort, so I want to make sure I give credit where credit's due, Allison. Patty Green graciously molded all those little miniature dolls for me. I went to find my molds and couldn't find them. When we moved, I have a whole box of molds that just kind of disappeared, and Patty graciously molded all of those little ladies for me.
So what are they made of?
They're actually made out of, it's called Hardy clay. It's an air dry clay, super light. It's wonderful. Yeah. And the dollies can hold them without them dropping and clunking, and they're really versatile. But she sent me all those naked bare little things, and I painted them up and then dressed them up. And they actually took as much time as the big ones. They really did. Crusher. But and Maritza Moran, Nellie's sister, did the beautiful undies.
Oh, wow.
And then Wendy from Doll Secrets did the cute little blue socks.
Oh, wow.
And Calypso Parkus was my hero, because I can't smock or embroidery beans. I can paint, but I can't smock. And she did the smocking, the little smocking on the front of the dress, so that I could sew it and incorporate it into the design.
Wow. So this doll has, let's see, you, Patty, Maritza, I'm missing Wendy, Calypso. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love hearing the story behind the dolls, because not that we don't appreciate them already as they are, but then when you actually hear, sometimes I think people don't realize how much work goes into one of these dolls. And when you really hear about all the love and work that went into it, I think it just makes them, it really makes you appreciate it so much more than that. So what's your idea for Caroline? Is she a little doll collector, or do you have like a little story for her, an idea about her?
She's just a little girl after my own heart. She loves dolls. Her sisters don't much care for them, whatever. Here, you want to play with mine? Sure. And that's how I was. My sisters, they would get these beautiful dolls and they would stuff them away in the closet. And then when they weren't looking, I'd be sneaking in there. I remember going in one day and pulling out my sister's Revlon dolls, and I almost cried. There were ink freckles all over the face and lipstick all over the place. And I thought, oh, what did they do to these dolls? And of course, I went out and said, Grandma, have you seen the girls' dolls? Well, needless to say, I was on my sister's list for a while. But I actually went in, and I was just little at the time, and I went in and used makeup and stuff and actually repaired those dolls.
Is that like your first foray into painting dolls?
It actually was, trying to undo that. And none of them, they just didn't, they were never interested in them. And of course, I've got 5 sisters. So I was just kind of the lone wolf in the family. That Helen's still playing with dolls. I was 14 years old. What do you want for Christmas? I would like, and I still get busted about it. And then people say to me, Helen, what do you do for a living? Do you have a job? Well, I raised 5 kids. That was quite a handful.
I'm sure that
I said, but I'm a doll artist. And of course, the first thing they say, a dog what? No, doll, D-O-L-L. Well, what is that? I play with dolls. Okay, that sounds like a hard job. It is. It's terrible. Yeah, I've been doing it it was 43 years now.
wow.
I started out redoing one-of-a-kind Barbies and dressing them and selling them at the doll shows. And then I took lessons from Seeley's and started doing the porcelains. And did minis for a while. Had a doll hospital for 10 years.
Wow.
So their dolls are great.
When did you meet up with Diana, and how did that whole thing come about?
I was working on a fashion doll, and it was introducing the prototype to IDEX out in California. And the girl that I was working on the project with called me, and she said, Helen, the booths are all full. And I said, we can't get a booth? She said, well, actually, they're going to give us half a booth. And I said, oh. She said, you have to share it. And I said, oh. She said, well, it'll be all right. I said, yeah, but I don't even know who I'm sharing it with. And she said, well, I'll find out. And 2 days later, she called me and she says, Helen, she says, I never heard of her, but you're sharing the booth with some lady called Diana Effner. Well, I was jumping around and hooting and hollering. And she goes, is that bad? And I said, oh my God. I said, yeah, really, I have all her molds. I love her. She's my hero. And needless to say, when I went to IDEX, here's shy, quiet Diana setting up her beautiful, gorgeous display. And I come barreling in there. Oh, I'm sharing a booth with you. That was 26 years ago.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's like what do they call that? Like a divine meeting, like a meant to be kind of
serendipity.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Yes. Absolutely.
We just hit it off instantly. My daughter just adored her. And of course, it was funny because Marie Osmond had a booth.
Oh.
And they kept coming over and dragging her away because she kept coming over to our booth and she's over there playing with us. And
that's cool.
Yeah. Really I like it over here, but Marie, you've got to get back to your booth. Oh, okay. And then she comes sneaking back over.
That's one of the fun things about being at convention in person is that you can go booth to booth and you can talk to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And you see people talking to each other and getting to interact. So fingers crossed we get to do that again next year.
I know, and the variety too, the different variety, all the different interests.
Right.
That's nice.
I absolutely agree. I love that. What is okay, so you've been painting little darlings. You've been painting, I've seen some of the collaborations you've done with Claudia on the Bonica dolls. Those are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
What is your favorite doll to repaint? Do you have a favorite? My
favorite doll to repaint?
Or to paint. I know a lot of them aren't painted to begin with. So
Right. I have to say, in all honesty, of all the dolls that I've ever done, the one that I really love doing the best is a Robert Tonner doll.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Carol Berry, and she was one of his Hollywood stars.
Uh-huh.
And that doll has got such versatility. I've done her up as Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada.
Uh-huh.
And I've done her up as all different stars and different things. So that is really, I've probably done about 30 of those.
Wow.
So that's my favorite.
She just got a nice, I guess, a nice face for.
Yeah. She's the way that he sculpted the lids and just very dramatic. It's very Hollywood look. I love it.
Out of the little darlings, from the 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is your favorite?
That's tough. That's tough because that number 4, I got, well, as a lot of people know, I bought up a zillion of them and that's all I've got left. I love the big eyes. And I like the fact that when Diana sculpted the mouth on that one, it's really able to do so many different looks because she kind of flared that out. Yeah. The number 1 is just unmistakably the sweetest, I think.
I
The
think
number two's always kicked my butt. The difference in the eyes was so hard for me to try to make the eyes match. I always had a hard time. And now that I've got it all set, I'm all done with them.
that's it.
I was really thrilled with the last 10 I did. No, I really like doing them. Once Atlanta helped me a lot. She explained to me when we had a workshop together, and I said to her, I can't get these eyes right for the life of me. And she sat right there with me, working with me. Her and Pat, they've just shared so much of their knowledge. And so I got it down pat, but now I'm all done with those.
No more twos. I love the forest too, just because I do love that big eye, and I love I've said this before. I love it's like a bigger canvas for you guys to showcase that.
Oh, no, yeah, no doubt. Colors, yeah.
So where would y'all have your workshops at?
Well, different places. We would have fun. I went out to. I'm trying to think of. I had one. Had one at Pat's one time, and then we had one at Nellie's, and then of course Diana's. We've gone to Diana's a bunch, and trying to think. I did a fashion doll seminar 2 years ago. That was out in Oklahoma. But we just kind of all get together.
Over.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I bet y'all have the best time when y'all do that.
Oh, we're terrible. We're just so silly. We really are.
I mean, we see you guys at Modern Doll when we're there in person, and what a good time you guys all have together. And y'all all have such different personalities, but to see y'all come together and just cut up together, and tell that y'all just get along so well, and it's so fun to see from the collector's point.
Oh, they're just amazing. They're just amazing ladies. They really are. I've been really thrilled and honored to be able to learn from them and get in trouble with them. Helen, if you'd shut up and work more, you'd get more done. Yeah, but it won't be nearly as much fun.
Well, I mean, dolls are supposed to be fun, right? So,
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, though, Alice, in some of those seminars, we would work 10, 12-hour days. And by the end of the day, and we crammed a lot in a short period of time. So it was work. So if I did digress, I got yelled at.
You got
oh, look, a sparkly.
About how long would you say it takes to do, like for the centerpiece, for example, the centerpieces that we're gonna that we're putting in for tonight?
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take one of those to come together?
We try to figure that out because I do assembly line thing, and I literally started 7 months ago.
Wow.
That's when I started really. I had the dolls out, and I had them ready, and then I got so sick. I got so very, very sick, and so I didn't really kick it into gear. Usually, I like to finish and get done early, but this year it was really rough. So I had a late start, but literally, it was 7 months and the minis really took as much time as the big dolls did. Painting those and getting them tiny little dresses, and I said bad words, I hate to tell you guys. And then we went to the store. You'd have loved it. We went to the store to get the hair, and I wanted auburn yarn, right? I didn't want bright red. I didn't want orange. I didn't want this. I didn't want that. And we're going down all these aisles. We went to 4 different stores, and Mike says, Helen, just get any yarn. No, it's got to be just right, honey. So here's Mike going up and down the aisles with me, and this lady's looking at him like, why is he looking at the yarn? Helen, is this the right color? No, that's too orange. Every step is important.
I mean, it is. So I guess you finally are happy with the one that came out in the end.
Yeah. I saw that, and I come hooting. Look. Sure. It was perfect. It wasn't too red, and it wasn't too orange.
So how did you do that? You just like apply the hair to the little.
Well, I took the yarn and I cut it into 5-inch pieces, And each one, I can't even remember, I actually counted how many it would take to go from the front of her head to the back of her head.
Wow.
So I counted the pieces, and then I lined them up on a piece of wax paper.
Uh-huh.
And then I just sewed them up, sewed them back, and then ended it. And there's the part in her hair. And then I pull the wax paper off, and then I glued it to the head, and then I did the pigtails.
That stuff is so fascinating. As somebody that never, I can't conceptualize how to make something like that. So to hear you tell like how you did it, that's super fascinating to me. And it's cool because when if I'm able to get one and I'm looking at her and I'll know the story behind her, and everybody tonight when they see the pictures they're gonna know too. And Dodie and Karen are gonna show them off in the live feed after this program. So that's so cool. I love hearing all that.
Well, now I ordered the wigs, Allison. I ordered the wigs a month after we decided to do this project. And direct from China, and I said, got to get all the wigs just exactly the same. And 7 months later, the wigs come and they're all the wrong size.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I said, oh, no, what am I going to do? So then I was scrambling. Well, that's why it wound up that I had the different wigs, because boy, it was a challenge just getting, and even calling Monique. They were out of stock and couldn't get stuff and things with all the COVID shutdowns and everything. So there's variety is the spice of life.
I agree. And the great thing about wigs is you can change them. So
exactly. Yep. I've got that silicone on the head. You can change them right out and give her new looks.
There you go. That's one of the things I really like about the little darlings is just how, with the outfit and wig swap,
yeah,
you got a totally fresh new look.
Yeah.
So I know that you like to do doll displays for the holidays at your house. Have you been putting up any displays in prior to we're not quite to October yet, but are you planning any Halloween displays this year?
I do. And I got my new Grinches just yesterday in the mail. UNESCO has the new Grinches this year, so they'll be out there with my dolls for Christmas. And my little darlings will be in their little Grinch dresses.
Oh, that's gonna be so precious. I love it. I try to get all mine changed for the holidays, and sometimes I get around to doing it and sometimes I don't. So I think this year I probably will, because I'm working remotely now. So I get to work in this room all day, every day. So it's kind of like...
Oh, it's tough, man. You got a terrible atmosphere there, right?
So,
That's wonderful.
It's nice. Are there any projects you're working on right now that you can tell us about, or are you just kind of...
No, what I'm doing now is I've a few girls that had been waiting patiently that wanted me to do them some number 4s, and so I pretty much am catching up on that. I've only got a couple left, so I'll be available for number 4s anytime here. and once I'm done with those, pretty much I got those, and I got some Bonicas from Claudia, and that's going to be it. Pretty much by the end of the year should be winding down.
Can people reach out to you and inquire about getting a number 4, or do you like to wait until they're done and then put them up for sale?
Oh no, people usually that message me or email me at mskinzo@aol.com and let me know, and then I do them as they go. I don't take the orders per se. They'll drop me a note and say, Helen, are you caught up? And then I will do a color choice or whatever, and then I show you the doll. You approve it, and then you get the doll if it's something you're happy with. It works out great that way. I don't feel the pressure, and then I can work at my own pace, but I have 3 cases. That's it.
Do you have any of the BJDs left, or just the number 4s?
Just number 4s, and I only have 18 of those.
So y'all hear that?
Yeah, winding down. I'm telling you.
Number 4s, but then we've got some number 1s tonight. So
yeah,
the last number 1s. I hope
everybody likes them.
Last number 1s. They're gorgeous, because Karen did a preview of them the other day for us, and they're absolutely fantastic. So you guys.
Well, thank you, Allison.
Oh yeah, they're amazing. So y'all, if you want one, you need to go ahead get get your intentions texted in before they draw for it here in a few minutes. Anything else you want to share with us, Helen?
Nope. It was just great to see you. And hey, everybody, sorry I'm not a nerd and can't be in the convention where I'm terrible. If it weren't for Allison, I wouldn't be here now.
You're fine. It's a whole new world. We're all learning. This is, that's the one good thing though. We're at a point now where technology is such that we can do this virtually. I could see you because I really wanted to see you, and then everybody else can see you too. So at least we've got this. So
great.
We don't have that.
We'll take what we can get, right?
Right now we will. That's right.
That's right.
Any bit of little happiness that we can hang on to for now.
Yes. It's good to play. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I know all the other collectors appreciate it. And I speak for them when I say thank you for all of your hard work and for doing these number ones for us. And I know those of us that are able to get one are going to feel so fortunate and so appreciative of all the hard work that went into it. So,
well, thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
We'll hope to see you next year.
Let's do it. All right. Take care, sweetie.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.